Number 314 in the indicator range is Convicted, starring the wonderful Glenn Ford and Broderick Crawford. I was really excited about this movie until I put it on. So I stuck on this film, and about 10 minutes in, I started to get a strong sense of deja vu. Everything felt a little bit familiar, but not as I kind of remembered either, until I was struck by lightning and realised that this was a remake of The Criminal Code, which I recently watched. Howard Hawks' movie, which is way better than this one, unfortunately. And that's the main problem I had with this one. I would probably have enjoyed this story because I think that both Broderick Crawford is great, as is Glenn Ford. And the story is the exact same as The Criminal Code. A young man accidentally kills someone in a bar fight, just punches him, and the way he falls causes him to die. The DA is super kind of helpful and fun and doesn't really want to prosecute, but has to because that's his job. It's just a bad call. The lawyers that the young man has, Glenn Ford, aren't any good, and he ends up being sentenced to 1 to 10 years in prison. Well, in prison, he has a kind of hard life, as we kind of see through a montage sequence, and then we jump to the DA being sent there as the warden of the prison. And he sent a lot of people up there, and he kind of remembers this kid, knows that he had a bad kind of moment of luck or misfortune, and decides to kind of try to help him out, making him the driver of the family. And Glenn Ford's character, Joe, suddenly becomes attracted to the warden's daughter, and that's the kind of movie that plays out from there. There's a couple of things I really do like about this. I think Glenn Ford is really great and gives that kind of performance of a man who slowly starts to become demoralised with this institutionalisation that he has become under. Broderick Crawford is great as the warden. He has a kind of stature about him, a kind of ease and grandeur that he has, and an ability to emote with other people round about him, to empathize with their situation and try to help them best they can, as he does with Joe. But the film for me was always just lacking. Put against The Criminal Code, it just couldn't live up to that kind of movie. A movie that had Walter Huston, Philip Holmes, Boris Karloff, that had better direction, that felt more well constructed, even though it's a similar story beats. Even the look of the movie, it was more constrained and confined and dangerous prison in The Criminal Code than it was in Convicted. It feels as if Convicted is like a loose parody of The Criminal Code almost, and because I had seen both of these movies within a matter of months with each other, there was no distance to really take Convicted for what it was. So I watched it, I kind of enjoyed it, but it was oh so familiar that I couldn't break free from that deja vu feeling all the way through it, of feeling that it was a pale imitation of something I had originally seen. I would like to have seen Convicted without having that kind of baggage, but unfortunately I didn't realise it going into it. So as much as it starred Glenn Ford and Broderick Crawford and had some interesting touches, it was never anything that came close to The Criminal Code for me. I'd love to know your thoughts on Convicted if you've seen it. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.